And start. So, hello everyone, and thank you for joining another Foreman community demo. I'm Nafar, I'm an active developer within the Foreman project, and I'll be hosting the demo today. So, as usual, we have some updates to share with you and some things we've been working on to show. So for any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us at the Foreman group chat on Metrics, or during the demo, you can also use the chat here on Google Meet. And this is our agenda for today. We have a total of 6 topics, including Foreman and Catella related items, as well as a few team discussions points. I guess we can start. So first one is Lucy with all hosts list page.
Thank you. Okay, in the past sprints, we have been working on all hosts list page redesign. And the goal of this feature is to combine the content host and all hosts list page into one single redesigned page using the latest technology. Right now, we used Python Flat 5 and React. This feature started with Catalog 4.11. And now when it comes to 4.18, this new page becomes the default. The old page is based on Python Fly 3 and using ERB. It will be removed in a future release. For now, the old page is still available if you switch the setting or use the next UI menu. These are the new options added to manage columns. And these are the new actions added to the bug actions menu. Let's take a look at the new page. That's the new page. If you want to switch back to the old page, you can use the next UI here or switch the setting. The manage columns with the new options. And this is the bug action menu here. To enable them, you have to select some hosts to work on. And manage content, we add the repository sets, and we also add change owner, organization, and location, disassociate hosts. These pages may look different than the old version, but under the hood, it still runs the same code to perform the actions. And that's what I have.
Thank you, Lucy. Great demo. So I guess we can move on to our next topic by Samir, Flatpak remote scanning UI experience.
Hey, thanks, Nofar. Let me share my screen quickly. So over the past few demos, we have been going incrementally over the Flatpak remote UI and some other changes we have been doing. So with 4.18 branched, so this is the final state of the Flatpak remotes UI that people will see in 4.18. So you have this index page now, you have the create new button. You can put in your details here. And you have this table. I'll go to Red Hat Flatpaks because I have this scanned. So on a Flatpak remote, you have a few actions. So the first action is to scan the remote. What scanning does is it brings down all of the repositories, only the configuration, like metadata of the repositories hosted on the Flatpak index. So let me see if this is still working. So for example, you'd have something. So this is what we scan. So let me see. So for example, you'd have apps like Firefox. So those are the things that we scan when you're scanning a remote. So you'll see we also scan like Firefox Flatpak. This was the config we saw. We also have this application name listed here. So when you're installing an application, you'd prefer to use this application name. I'll go over where you can do that in the UI. And then you have the actions to edit or delete the remote. Another action you can do is you can mirror a repository. So what mirroring the repository means is at this point, after you've scanned the remote, you only have the metadata scanned. So you want to create a new Ketelo repository out of this config. So you can click on mirror, and what mirroring will do is you can select a product. This product is a searchable field. So you can search something like this. So I have a product called Flatpaks. You can mirror the repository into this product, for example. This will start a mirroring task, and at the end of it, so hopefully that succeeds. If I go to products, and I have probably a lot of junk products here because I was doing something. Flatpaks. Okay. So if I go to my Flatpaks product where I just mirrored this, you'll see this new mirrored repository was created. And then you can sync it and start using content from this repository. So that is the overview of our new Flatpak remotes UI. I think we have covered the job templates that we have. I'll just go over one small thing. I think we demoed this earlier, but keep in mind, we now support container certs on clients registered to your Foreman server. So if you do this, you will get lifecycle environment management for your Flatpak content. What that means is when you register a client to a specific content view, you'll only get Flatpak content, which is in the content view. And this also applies to container content. So if you were going to Podman install something, you need to provide that in the content view that the client is registered to. Okay, and around job templates, we have 3 job templates. We have also discussed this in the past, if you look at some of our previous demos. But the 3 job templates are to install an application, to set up a Flatpak remote on a registered host, and the third one is to support logging in remotely on the host. So this is the one, log into registry via Podman. The same flag that we saw during registration, the setup container registry search, is also available when you are, when you are running the login template directly. So let me see, I may not have hosts running where I can use this, but you can set up this certificate authentication using this template as well. So if you set this to true, you do not require a username password. You can go ahead and run this task on a host, and that will get logged into your Foreman registry directly. Okay, and I will keep this demo short. So this should be it.
Thank you, Samir. Another great demo. I don't see any questions, so let's move on to the next demo. It's not a demo, so Maria, I'll let you introduce your topic, recurring logic redesign, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me share my screen. We redesigned this page, recurring logic. As you can see, it's still in right now. This is current state, current implementation. It's still in Patternfly 3. It's not very concise or legible. We got some requests how to make it better. and hopefully we did. So what we did here, in comparison to previous one, is, for example, recurrence right now is legible, but you still have a cron line here as a tooltip. We combine number of tasks. You see task count and limitation. It's combined to 1. We have next run and last run, which is like last and next occurrence here. And then what we have state. We change active state to scheduled one, but feel free to give us any feedback about this change, if it works or not. Also to this state column, we added an overall number of runs that happened during the whole history of the task that existed. What else we have here? So you can see scheduled state, but there is a problem because sometimes recurring logics, they break. And we are giving our users some information that something is wrong and they should go and check it. We also added another column here, which are resources. This information was on the detail page, which we actually removed because there was like nothing else than basically information from the table and, for example, sync plan or job invocation link. So we added it here. We are adding also column management. So if all your recurring logics are internal, you can just hide the column. We have ID column that is kind of the same, but now it's at least sortable. And we are adding a couple of actions, I believe. So disable, you will have ability to change sync plan. Yeah, and remove canceled what you had before, but you could just remove everything that was canceled. So we are also open to suggestions about like naming recurring logics and anything that comes to your mind when you are seeing this. We are really looking for people that at least from time to time are using this page. Okay, thank you very much. That's everything from me.
Thank you, Maria. Looks great. Can't wait to see it in action. Yeah, we can move on to the next demo. MCP Server for Foreman by Oleg.
Yep, thank you. I'll try to be as quick as possible, but if I don't, yell at me or just skip me. Hello, everyone. As some of you might be aware, I've put an RFC. Let me just show the screen because I've got to show something. Yeah. So as some of you may know, I've put some time ago a RFC on our forum around wrapping plugin for AI in Foreman. If you're not familiar with it, doesn't much matter, but please do read it through. Initially, it was an idea for Foreman plugin, but it ended up as an external tool. So accepted solution on the RFC is what I'm going to talk about. There are links to the actual implementation. It's open source. You can play with it as well or yell issues at us. And the link where it's available for actual usage. So you don't need to build it by yourselves from the source code. So the second thing is where you can download it as a container to play with. So yeah, Also, we will mention it in our docs. It's currently only in the nightly version of the documentation, but in the table of contents, it's under 10th topic. So you can read about it here, how to set up it, how to use it, or some general ideas. What is it and why should you use it or can use it? In any case, this information should be up to date, but if it doesn't work, I can show you in a minute why and how to work around it. In any case, please be aware of that, please use that, please yell at us if it doesn't work. So, how to use it? I won't be talking here about what is MCP is. There are better videos on YouTube or wherever, or the actual official web page with the protocol itself. I'll rather show you how you can start it, connect it to Visual Code, and run a few quick prompts to show that it is working. So let's start with the first thing, which is pulling our builded MCP server. In the docs, you may find that the way to download it on your machine is Foreman tool and the image, which is available in Quay. But Podman should do it automatically, so we will run just the command how to start it. It shouldn't be on the same machine as your Foreman running. You can use your own machine. It doesn't much matter, even though it's better to not run it on the same machine as the Foreman is running on, because there might be some problems with the network and whatnot. I'll show you what I do as a workaround because of that. This is my local development environment. I'm running here Foreman server, and I'll be running here as well the MCP server, and the client, it's all local stuff, just for the demo purposes. Your setup may vary and even should vary, but if there are any errors, please do contact us. So in any way, the initial command is pretty different. I'll paste it here so it's better visible. It's the same podman run with few options, publishing on localhost to listen, that the same image, and the URL of the Foreman instance. But if I do that as of now, it won't work, just because we use self-signed certificates. So if you're using third-party or generally trusted certificates in Foreman, you should be fine with that command. But if you do stick with the self-signed, that won't work. So instead, that's what you should do as an idea. So this is the slightly modified command. It's probably big enough already. So the main idea to fit the container with your self-signed certificates. There are ways how to do that. One of the ways is just to mount the locally located certificate into the container, run the update trust, and few more things just because of the way it's written. So the command slightly differs here in mounting the certificates and a slightly different entry point. Again, as of today, this command is the only way how to run it. In the future, maybe in a week or so, you should be able to just follow the steps in the docs. That's why they are in nightly and not on the actually supported version. Highly experimental, but still you can play with it. Also, one quick note that entry point should be changed as well, something like that, where you internally in the container copy your self-signed certificate of the foreman. Currently, I have Kotel installed, so it's kind of easier. Then you do update trust and set few environment variables pointing to your newly updated CA bundle, and then run this command, which can be found if you do podman inspect the image. It's nothing special. You can use this currently as of today. In the future, hopefully you should be able, or you shouldn't need to do any workarounds. So changed here we have changed the entry point, mounted the certificates, and also just because I use local stuff, I asked Podman to use the network of the hosts. So in any case, as soon as you start our container or the image, or the container with the image, and do all the workarounds, it starts and is ready to serve the MCP client. How to connect it to the server? Well, surely you know that every client has its own JSON file with configuration. So there is one way how to configure your client, in this case, Visual Code. You need just provide the URL where the server listens to. Just type HTTP and provide your credentials. I mean, the Foreman user you want to, or you have access to. If you're a regular user of the Foreman, please do use your credentials. If you're admin, surely you can use your admin credentials. Those are just yours. Or if you're provided with someone. In any case, this is done. So we can now list the servers and connect Visual Code or the MCP client with the server. We hit start server, it discovered 4 tools, so it's finally ready to be used. So let's start with asking the AI or LLM, what hosts do I have on my Foreman instance? Hopefully it should answer us with my few hosts that I do have. It will do some calls to the MCP server, which will do some calls to the satellite API or Foreman satellite. We'll gather some information and we'll put you in this case, a quite nice report or table with the hosts and some key details or additional information about all of them. We ship few predefined prompts, so something like this. So this is just predefined prompt to gather some information about my subnets. It's just to get you started with. So to see what you can ask, how it can respond. The potential is limitless. Of course, you can ask whatever you want, but please note that currently the MCP server is in read-only mode. Let's call it like this. It calls the Foreman API, but only get actions. So it won't change anything on your Foreman instance. So this is important. You cannot create anything through the MCP server yet. You can only gather some information. But again, if you're eager to do actual modification in your Foreman instance, like creating hosts or maybe adjusting some stuff, please do feel free to create an feature requests on either our forum or Redmine. We'll take a look at that and probably will implement that. And as you can see, it threw at me some information about my only 2 subnets, one of them unused. So yeah, that's might be pretty handy if you've got not test environment, but production with a lot of data. And I'll stopping on this. If you have any questions regarding this, please contact us on our forum or metrics, whenever you can find us. Thank you, and I'm done.
Thank you, Ola. What a great initiative. Can't wait to try it out. Yeah, and I don't see any questions, so let's move on to our next topic for today. Yeah, updates to the doc.theforeman.org website by Anita.
Thank you, Nofar. I'm going to steal the screen for a few moments. Okay. I'm here today to give you a brief overview of the updates to the documentation website that we've merged over the past few weeks. So I guess I'll just join the crowd of all the other people who presented their web or their page redesigns. So I hope that most of you have been here on this page. This is the main documentation website for Foreman. And the changes that we've made here is that now we've cleared the main part of the website. So now it only links the guides that you are looking for when you visit the website. And we've moved some of the other links to the top navigation bar. So things like how to contribute, this takes you to the documentation GitHub repo, where we welcome contributions from anyone. We also have a link that takes you to the contributors forum or the community forum, and a link to the main Foreman website. So this whole part of the website has been cleared to only contain like the most relevant links in the most logical places. Then we now have, you might have already noticed that the top bar no longer lists all the flavors. That's because we have tweaked that part of the website too. Now, if you take this shortcut to the latest supported version of all guides, this is where you will find the flavors. We've implemented ASCII docs collapsibles feature. So if you want the guides for example, the catalog flavor, you can just click this link and it will output a lot of guides, because we do have a lot of them, which is why collapsibles are really useful. And now if I go to one of these guides, let's say the planning guide, I can show you that we also have this ribbon to report issues. That's a shortcut that will take you right to a new issue template. So when you visit the guide and you find an issue, this is the information that we need to be able to triage it and hopefully fix it too. So that's also new. And now if I go to, for example, the nightly version, we now have a clear indication that you're reading a pre-release version, so not a fully supported one. And then if I go to one of the unsupported versions, like 3.13, this shows you that this is unsupported. And if I click the ribbon here, it will take me back to the main website, where you can see that we recommend you to upgrade from that unsupported version to a supported one. So that brings me back to where I started with the demo. And I believe that Maximilian had something to add to this, if he's still on the go.
Yeah, I'm still here. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, we had the docs triage meeting today, and decided to take this opportunity to ask for help here. A user reported issues with the website, especially on smaller screens. So it's maybe not perfect in regards to being responsive to all screen sizes. And I will share the link to the GitHub issue later. if somebody is into JavaScript or CSS, then yeah, we would welcome some help on this. Thanks.
Thank you, Maximilian. And that was it from us, unless somebody has any questions.
Thank you, Anita. Yeah. Someone has a question? Kia? Okay. So I guess we can move on to our last topic for today by Kian, the new job invocation detail page. And yeah, whenever you're ready.
Hi, so let me share my screen. So hello, I'd like to show you the new job invocation detail page today. I'll be comparing it to the old one, which is obviously on the left. The primary goal of this whole redesign was to improve the overall user experience and our future development. The new page keeps all the core functionality, so nothing should be missing here. We've just added more things and it looks different. If you miss the old one, drop down. So the top of the page shows a job overview where you'll find the most important information, and it also contains expandable sections for scheduling, etc. Like here. Recurring logic, targeting hosts and user inputs for more in-depth info, which could be found, for example, before here in those top tabs. The page's main feature is, of course, this expandable host table with a new ability for sorting. The search bar with bookmarks is kept the same. And the main feature of this new table is that you can expand the rows, and expanding a row reveals detailed information like the template preview and the full output, which you can copy easily. And thanks to this, you can open more rows like this, and you have it nicely in one place. On the old page, you had to click on the host name, and that gave you this page. And on the new page, if you want the similar one, you can open it by tapping this open in a new tab, and it looks very similar. And it also has the similar actions, etc. And on the new page, when you click the host name now, it just brings you to the host detail page like this. So that's a difference too. And with those new checkboxes, you can now open more selected jobs like here in the separate tabs with this button. And there also has been added a button for opening only the paid runs, and that was very wanted. And by selecting some of those jobs, you can now rerun, abort, and cancel selected. I think that's the main info, and I wrote a discourse post on this. It's basically summarizing what I've just said. So please let me know if you think I forgot to mention something important, and we want your feedback. So feel free to share your thoughts. Maybe something is missing, could be improved, you found a bug or have some issues. Let us know in the comments so we have it in one place. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Kia. You have one question from Maria. She is asking if she can see all new page in the demo nightly.
I think so. I'm not sure now. If someone knows the answer, you can answer it.
Okay, I guess, Maria, I can check it for you and get back to you. I just
Thank
need
you.
to speed my machine. Yeah, I'll do it after the demo. Yeah, and thank you, Kia. It's great to see a new page being worked on. Looks great.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that was all from me. Do we have anything else from you? Maximilian, maybe you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, maybe after the recording, if possible.
Oh, of course. Okay, so I'll just mention that the next demo is on September 1st, in 3 weeks from now. Yeah, so thanks again for joining us and for all the demos being presented today. Okay, see you all next time.